Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's really beautiful that when we can tap onto our silence and experience presence of our sweet Baba, the Supreme Soul, and feel the still. We get really, comforted and very, 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 the comfort to be in that stillness and the peace. So, thank you everyone for joining in today. It's a powerful Murli. It talks about, actually what is that Baba is teaching and how we take it to implement in our life, and that makes all the difference. So let's start. Um, okay, we'll revise the Murli from 26th of June 1969, and the title is The Form of Giving Teachings Through Your Form. So there are two form, the word form. So here it's beautiful to just reflect on that. The form means the method of giving teachings through your form, and that means you become yourself a method. As people see you, meet you, feel your energy when they interact with you, they take the teaching that you're teaching, not by words. So it is that's what we say. We walk the talk. What we say, what we believe is seen in our actions, behavior. So that's what Baba is wanting to bring our attention to. So Baba says the real way to teach others, the form of giving teachings that people can take the teaching is through your form. So let's see what Baba is saying. Who is Baba seeing today? He's seeing the children. What did you hear in the Murli today? This is a question we can ask every day. Avyakt Murli we revise, and then the days Sakar Murli. Then from time to time in the day, when I ask myself that, what is that I heard in the Murli today? Do I remember? It's a test for me, really a real test. And yes, that few seconds of pause to think, what is that I heard in the Murli today? And after Murli, every day we have a point that we share with the family here. And then at least do I remember that Murli point? So the aim is that what is that we hear in the Murli, and what that one or two or few points that catches my attention should stay in my mind. And that day, that should be the practice that I remember, and I look at my stage, my feelings about it, and if I am using it, my action throughout the day or not. So at least one day we take to that one or two or three points from that day's Murli to make it in my practice, in my interactions, so that it becomes consciously a part of me. So Baba is asking, what did you hear in the Murli today? Whom do all of you remember? So the father, teacher, and Satguru. We all know all the three roles Baba plays. These are the three main, most important relationships through which there is a attainment. So Baba is explaining that. So whom do all of you remember? Do you remember the father or the teacher or the Satguru or all three? So Bab Dada also is not just seeing the children, but he also sees the children in the form of the three relationships. So if there are three relationships, likewise the relationship both way changes, right? It doesn't remain the same. Baba is saying we are seeing him in the three forms, and likewise Baba is also seeing the children in those three forms of that three relationships. So first is all are the children, but in the form of the teacher, who does he see? He sees the students, and then comes number wise. And in the form of the guru, who does he see? Do you know that? Baba is asking. He sees those who follow him, again, number wise. The most important things Baba is explaining here, as our Father, we are all his children. There is no number wise in a way, because it's love. It's a connection of love. Though we know we can also call it as number wise, right? Because our love is divided. But from Baba, he loves every child equally. He doesn't love any child, number wise, somebody is more, somebody is less. Love is the same. So he will feel for every child equally. He's merciful. He wants us to know, wake up, understand his knowledge, and be ready to return with him and love him equally. So that vision doesn't change for any child, you know. But when it comes to teacher, he's a teacher. We are students, and students are number wise, because it requires to study. Whatever Baba is teaching, we have to study and we have to show the practical implementation of it. That's the only one life, only this little time we are given, no more time, no other time of the cycle. Baba was so much talking, right? Yesterday, carelessness, laziness on Sunday. So, what makes me lazy? How do I miss the time, the value of confluence age? If I miss, then my, all the effort as a student will be divided or gets attracted towards, our body consciousness, our role, our relationships of this birth. So Baba is saying he sees the students, number one. Then who is the guru? What does guru do? We follow guru. So Baba is asking, as guru, as the Sat Guru, we follow him. He is the guru who is the one real guru, truth. And he takes us to the truth. He teaches us to the truth. So that's where comes the name Sat Guru. So in the form of guru, he's seeing children. I mean, not really children, right? Baba is really showing the distinction, right? So he's seeing those who are following him, but number wise. He's seeing both those who have followed him and those who are going to follow him. Now, Baba is also bringing that clarity, that Baba is seeing two categories of souls, those who have followed him and those who are going to follow him. What is the main thing you have to follow? In the teachings, you have to follow that whatever he gives, in the teachings that he gives as the guru, what is the main thing that you have to follow? So in teachings, we have to follow all the teachings that he is giving us. And that also requires one other important aspect, that is, he also talked about that on Sunday. That is where, when I really from heart feel that Baba is my father, my teacher, my Sadguru, and the faith comes that yes, this is the true knowledge. This is my true beloved father, and I want to follow from the heart. And I understand that. And that is a faith. Faith means something that really holds deep within you. But, that shows as trust. So there is some distinction. Maybe we'll not go to big discussion on that, but faith or trust or belief are different things. What you believe, what you trust in can be not a true thing, because what we see while bringing up, like our growing up time in life, whatever is the system, custom, or family or experience that teaches us, we follow that. Sometimes we keep that as our belief system, but it may be true or false. But faith is something deep inside. It makes you feel this is right. You feel a sense of security, and that is always based on the truth. So if I have faith that Baba is teaching me the highest teaching, then only my heart, I will follow my heart and I may follow Baba. So Baba is saying, as teacher, what is that we follow is the teachings he gives. But as Guru, what is the main thing that you have to follow? So that is the pilgrimage of remembrance. And it can be the challenging thing because that is the incognito thing that I am God's child. God, the incorporeal, Supreme Soul is my Father. And more I remember him, more his energy will cleanse me. And, my mind, intellect, and scars are reformed. And I will reach home. So that is following him as Guru. And that can slip away easily because we are so much body conscious, physical minded. The way of living is very physical. So Baba is talking about as Guru, what is the main thing that we have to follow is the pilgrimage of remembrance. The pilgrimage of remembrance is just the method. Why are you even made to do that? What do you have to follow first in order to grant salvation to others? Why are you taught the pilgrimage of remembrance? I think good questions for us to actually, that is also Baba is talking later on, actually to churn yourself alone in your solitude. Whenever we are in solitude alone, we are never alone though. In that inner silence alone, when we reflect or churn on something, always conversation with Baba. Means in that inner silence, it's so much purity. When you churn on Baba's knowledge, it is like you are talking with Baba, and that is when you get things from Baba because Baba replies. So Baba is actually asking us these questions. Write it down and turn throughout your day. That why Baba says, why that method Baba created and made us to go on that pilgrimage of remembrance. And again, what do you have to follow first? So, of course, remembering Baba in order to grant salvation to others. Because first, when I follow Baba, means remember Baba, I experience salvation myself. When I am in that stage of salvation or total comfort, total, that experience of love, total, my state of mind is totally relaxed. I know I feel full what I have received from Baba, then I can grant salvation to others. When I am not seeking anything, when I'm not desiring anything, that is when my energy can, touch other souls and make them feel comforted. The salvation at the first place of the comfort. When I interact with somebody, they must feel the total comfort and trust. Nobody's listening. To grant salvation to others, you have to first follow the path of what is that? The pilgrimage of remembrance. Baba is saying, asking still, why are you taught the pilgrimage of remembrance? Why? Because that is the only method that absolves our sins, that changes our sanskars. There is no other method that can change our sanskars or absolve our sins. So Baba is saying the main teaching of the Guru that you have to follow is to be bodiless, because that is our truth. I'm not this body. This body is a physical form, a means to express my soul, but I am bodiless. Is by saying you have to follow the pilgrimage of remembrance, or you have to stay in that pilgrimage of remembrance in order to become bodiless, in order to be incorporeal, and in order to be detached. Very, very, important word. Baba says attachment is a vice, and detached means what? Not indifferent, not caring for others. We have to still stay in this world and in all the relationships of family, of colleagues, of friends, everything. While taking care of all that, I shouldn't be attached or entangled emotionally or by energy. I should always remember I am a soul, they are souls, we are playing part. So to be detached is purely loving. So that's where comes detached and loving. When I'm not attached, I can be truly loving, who can bring benefit, whatever the other person needs. So Baba is saying, you are doing that in order to become bodiless, in order to be incorporeal, and in order to be, you have the pilgrimage of remembrance, so that even whilst in the corporeal form, you can remain incorporeal, detached, and bodiless. Only when you become bodiless will you be able to return with the Guru. So, pilgrimage of remembrance, I said, settle the accounts, I mean, absolve your sins, change your sanskars, because if we don't become that pure soul, we can't return home. And that is the main work as Satguru. He has to take us back. So, Baba does that so that in the corporeal body you can experience being bodiless, incorporeal, and detached. And only then, only when you become bodiless will you be able to return with the Guru. This is the main aspect that you are following, and you have to follow. Until when? Until the last moment of my life, until the last second I'm breathing. After this is follow. What is that? Pilgrimage of remembrance. Is the part in the form of the teacher still continuing, or has it finished? Is the teacher giving you the revised course, or are you doing it yourselves? That means, are you doing it with Baba's help, or you are doing yourself? So Baba is asking few questions, as we all also talk about. That is the teacher's role, finished or continuing? So Baba is saying, Baba is not teaching you the study, but you have his help. During revision, you take leave from school and study at home. So this is called homework. You have a connection with the teacher, but the teacher is not with you. There is just a connection. So how clearly Baba is explaining, and we all know that, right? When we revise, we are at home. We have all the material that teacher has taught, the notes and everything. We still have connection. We may be able to talk to the teacher, may get some more resources and help, but the teacher is not with you physically. But the help of teacher is needed, and you are taking. So this is what is happening now with Baba as a teacher. The connection lasts until the final paper. The teacher is not always with you for the revision course. Even now, the teacher is just looking after you from a distance. If you have any difficulty, you can ask him. But he's not with you now in the same way that he used to be when he was teaching you. Yes, the change, we know that, right? Now he sits up above and watches you all very carefully to see who is doing the revision course and with how much effort and to what extent you have zeal and enthusiasm. Baba is watching it all. We still have our seniors. Before, when Baba was there, we can ask questions. Baba through the corporeal body of Brahma can get answer. Now seniors can help, but otherwise it is Baba only. And how does Baba reply? In our meditation, in that silence, when you connect with, think you are calling and speak in that pure inner silence, and you'll get Baba's help. So Baba is saying this is revision time. Baba is not with us physically. The scene is more beautiful when you see it from up here. sitting on a gaddi than when you see it sitting down here. So Baba also said he is seeing from up above, seeing all the souls, how they are making effort, right? How much zeal and enthusiasm they have. And Baba is merciful. He still has the role to help you only if you have the faith and you reach out. Reach out by going within, inside, in the stillness, in the silence. So Baba is saying the scene is beautiful from up above, but Baba is also saying from the Gaddi. When Bap Dada is saying that on the stage, on the Gaddi, when he's seeing the whole big diamond hall, 25,000 full, it's like Baba is saying it's amazing view, right? More beautiful than when you see it sitting down there. But I think for us, sitting down there is the more beautiful, right? We see Baba, Bap Dada on this. Baba is saying if someone were to sit even higher than that and watch the scene, there would be so much difference. You can experience that with the power of the intellect. And up above is not even only physically. So that is where in the mind, if we rise above to an elevated stage and see everything of our life's journey, everyday scenes, then it won't affect us. It will be beautiful or give us that clarity about the knowledge Baba is saying. So Baba is saying you can experience all that with the power of the in. What do you experience? Baba is relating to you the experience today. The system of listening to and relating the experiences has continued from the beginning. And so, what is the experience of staying in the subtle region? You know, there are so many dadis, seniors who go to trance, they go to subtle region. And in meditation, each of us go to subtle region, isn't it? That's why Baba is saying you experience it through your intellect. That is through the heart, but intellect only um, realizes it, sees it, right? Baba is saying, what is the experience of staying in the subtle region? Although Brahma Baba is in the subtle region because he has a connection with the teacher, he sees that some are revising the study with an alokik consciousness. Some are wasting their time and some are using their time in a worthwhile way. So Brahma Baba is the witness. He is in connection with Shiv Baba because he hasn't returned home yet. And that also Baba is talking today in the next pages. Let's see. So Brahma Baba has a connection with the teacher with the capital T S, Baba. And also Brahma Baba sees down and looks at all the children, all of us, that some are revising the study with an alokik consciousness, some are wasting time, and some are using their time in a worthwhile way. So let's check which category are we in, wasting time or spending our time worthwhile way. It's time of confluence age. So do you know what Baba feels when he sees that the children are wasting their time? Baba has mercy anyway, but together with mercy, the relationships that exist also pulls him. Then there is the desire of taking leave from Baba, of taking on a corporeal form and drawing the children's attention again. Who is speaking? This is Brahma Baba. So he's saying that mercy is there because Brahma Baba is now equal to Shiv Baba. So mercy is there, but along with mercy, he feels the pull of love, the relationships pull him as well. And he says that I feel like he feels the desire to taking leave from Shiv Baba and taking a corporeal form and coming back to doing the part as he was doing before 1969. Because this is in the first year when Baba became Avyak. So there's a feeling of pull that Brahma Baba also felt to help the children. Baba is talking about that. So that whoever is wasting time, Baba can draw that those children's attention again. Then Baba says, however, the part of the corporeal form has finished, and therefore he gives a current from a distance. Just as Baba used to show a red flag, there was a flag in the subtle region also. But it has been seen that very few souls are able to taste the Avyakt sweetness and take subtle help. It's all about reflects. When you take your consciousness to that stillness and silence within and connect with Baba. So that's the process, and we all can experience it. Only the effort is that we sit there, Amrit Vela, at other times, sit for 30 to 45 minutes with that complete determination and conviction that Baba, you're connecting with that purest energy, and both Bab Dada are there for us. So Baba says that only few souls taste the Avyakt sweetness, take subtle help. Which main power is needed to overcome any obstacles that come in front of you when crossing this path? The power Baba is talking about is power of tolerance. Which main power is needed even before the power of tolerance? What is it that causes obstacles? Maya. You were told previously that in order to face any obstacles, you first need the power of discrimination. So this is all knowledge, right? So Maya is there that creates obstacles, that draws our attention away. Maya is nothing but my devices, my habit, my own negative sanskar. But then Baba is saying, to pass through all this and really achieve what Baba is teaching us in practicality, you need power of tolerance. And before power of tolerance, you need power of discrimination. Then you need the power of making decisions. When you have decided that this is Maya, that it is not right, when you have decided whether something is of benefit or loss, whether it brings temporary attainment or permanent attainment, only after having made the decision will you be able to imbibe the power of God. So that is why to make a decision, first there has to be discrimination, and then a decision about it can be made. Discrimination between false and true, right and wrong. This is Maya. This is not another person doing wrong to me. It's Maya checking. Right, Baba? It's test for me that am I stable or have I forgotten all the knowledge and affected by those? So when you can discriminate between benefit and loss, right and wrong, right, truth and false, all that. Also, Baba is saying whether it brings temporary attainment or permanent attainment. When that discrimination is there, then you can make the decision based on that. And when the decision is based on the right thing that you understand and the action is right, then you get the fruit of that karma action. But Baba is saying discrimination to decision. Those who have clear decision making power will never be defeated. In order to be saved from defeat, increase your power of discrimination and the power of decision making. What effort do you have to make in order to increase the power of making decisions? You quickly say the pilgrimage of remembrance. But what is the knowledge, the understanding that gives power to the pilgrimage of remembrance? So again, power of decision making needs discrimination. Those two need pilgrimage of remembrance. But what knowledge or understanding that Baba is teaching us? When that understanding comes in us, then the power, it gives power to the pilgrimage of remembrance. And so we continue in that pilgrimage of. Baba says that should also clearly be in your intellect. You have kept the overall factor in mind, but sometimes it brings a loss. In a school, some children are able to give the overall result, but when their teacher asks how they arrived at the result, they get confused. Like in mathematics, sometimes you reach to the final answer, but then you don't know the logic. Somehow you reach there. Sometimes you get confused. And so all of you speak of the pilgrimage of remembrance as the outcome, but you should also know the method from which the outcome is derived. And that's what Baba says. You know how Baba says so many words, Manan, Chintan, these are all methods that we feel our heart, that when Baba is teaching, this is right teachings. Then we go on churnings. We develop that deep love for Baba. That is where the pilgrimage of remembrance becomes stable outcome, or I implement in my life. Baba is wanting us to know the method, how you reach, or how do you do that pilgrimage of remembrance, and is it stable for you? Do you know your method? What keeps you there so that you love to stay in remembrance of Baba? Baba is not really explaining it. So which main aspect is essential to increase the power of making decisions? Baba says that turning the ocean of knowledge. What if, we'll take just 2 more minutes to finish it. What if you drown in the ocean whilst churning? So knowledge is very vast and you just go deeper into it. And Baba is saying, some sit to churn the ocean of knowledge in this way, but sometimes there are such waves that they get carried away by them. If any physical strength is lacking, nourishing food is given to that person. In the same way, the main nourishing food to increase the power of making decisions is that which you have already been told about. That is, to be bodiless, incorporeal, and detached in action. Check your emotions. Come back to a neutral space. So the incorporeal and the bodiless stages are a state of the intellect, but you should also be able to be attached whilst performing actions and also remain unique, so that seeing your every action, people feel that you are unique, that you are not mundane, that is lokic, but extraordinary, that is alokik. Very important. Baba is saying incorporeal and bodiless are the stages of the state of your intellect, but detached is in the heart, the emotional detachment. Nobody's yours. You don't own anybody. We are playing parts. But yet your actions has to be alokik, extraordinary, helpful. You're still there, not running away, and unique, so that people can see it. So this is most essential in order to increase the decision-making power. The more you imbibe these aspects, bodiless, incorporeal, emotionally detached, but yet involved, unique, extraordinary. The more you imbibe these aspects, the more you will be able to finish your obstacles and be saved from the obstacles that will come in the world. You have received many teachings, but what must you do now? You have to become the embodiment of the teachings, and your original religion should not be different. Your form itself should be the teachings. Teachings are given through being the embodiment. So how you are, your stage, your behaviors should speak the teachings, and those teachings that you're living should be your original religion. We know that. All the 7 qualities of the soul are our original religion. Peace is the most important one, starting point. In many cases, teachings are not given through words, but through your form. And so you now have to be the form of the teachings and give these teachings to others through your form. You have received many teachings. The course has now finished. Children have asked a question. When Bap Dada incarnates into a different body, why does he not conduct Murli in the same way as he used to in the Sakar? Can he not conduct Murli in the same way? Why did he change the language? Why did he change the style of the Murli? Many people have such questions. Since you are able to give lectures, why should it be difficult for Bap Dada to speak a Murli through anybody? Why does Baba not conduct it through anybody? 2 to 4 people gave their ideas. Baba says the course of study through the body that had the part of teaching has finished. Brahma Baba's part is. Now Baba does not come to teach you. That was a course and the part through that body, and that has now been completed. Now Baba just comes to meet you and entertain you, or we can say inspire and, empower us through his love. And what is the other main aspect? What did Baba do when he became bodiless and karmati? He became a bird and flew away in 1 second. Likewise, Dadi Gulzar too. And Baba is saying he flew away from the Sakar body in 1 second. That's a lesson he's wanting to bring our attention to. And so the study has now finished. One task still remains, that of taking you with him. Are you ready to fly away with Baba in a second? And that is still remaining, that task. This is why Baba now just comes to meet you, to entertain you with Avyakt teachings and to make you fly. The points of study, the form of the study can no longer continue. The course is now being revised. But how much time will you take to revise it? To what extent has the course finished? Now all of you have to make a decision as to up to what extent the course has been revised. How much time do you need now? You have to compare your every action and your stage with the Sakar form, that's Brahma Baba. While seeing that and keeping the aim, check yourself and then you will know how far you have reached. I've been told the aim in relation to which you have to assess yourself. Do that and then give a reply. So we all have to assess ourselves. Now Baba asks you a question. As you are now doing your homework anyway, Baba is specially drawing your attention to something related to that. Why was it fixed in the drama that the Sakar form should become Avyakt? Why in the drama Brahma Baba had to leave and stay in the Avyakt form? Is there some deep significance in that? Go into the depth of this. Do not keep bathing in the waves of the ocean, but go to the very bottom of the ocean. Then bring up the jewels that you find there. Think about it. What was the significance of this being fixed in the drama? Is there some deep significance up above? Nothing can happen without having some significance. Acha, it's now time to go. So this is the end of the Murli that we're churning. But we know just one simple answer is that Baba, Brahma Baba has become angel and perfect. So he can also, along with Shiv Baba, help us. It was fixed in the drama, and also that the whole service spreading to the foreign countries was possible when Baba became Avyakt. Because Avyakt means he became angel. He's still in the subtle region, waiting for us to return with him. But the service spread it far in the world only when he became an angel. So both fathers are with us. Let's make use and keep flying. Thank you, everyone. Om Shanti. Took a long time, but yeah, anyone who would like to share that point can unmute, please. I can read maybe in the chat. Shivani says, refers to Brahma Baba, Bab Dada. At times, Baba also refers to Shiv Baba. So we have to keep our intent clear to catch this. Are we not planning to? Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, I got a bit late. So, okay.
Om Shanti, sister.
Please, thank you.
Like today's Murli, I think we have to churn more, and I would like to really put a flow chart. First, Baba says the power of discrimination. Then he says power of decision, power of tolerance. For that, what you need, he says. Then he says decision, when you need remembrance. Then he's coming to what kind of method of remembrance you need. And even in that, he's speaking about the alokik and all. I think it's at the end of the day, we could just put a flow chart for all this, because it was such a beautiful thing flowing. He took us to the top, the tolerance, and then he says at the end, it's only the form of teachings and all. I think it would really stay in our mind, but if we could depict it in the form of a flow chart. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister. Good idea. Maybe we can. Yes. Who is speaking? Please share your point.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister. He is telling us to be bodiless, incorporeal, and detached, so that we can come across we can pass the obstacles very easily. That's what he's telling today. I like this point.
Yes, Kamlesh Bhai, you were speaking. Are you there?
Yeah, Om Shanti. Thank you, sister, and thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. And today's point, I got that first is a power of discrimination is the first requirement to become any obstacles to come to any obstacles. Power of discrimination. The second is power of decision is required. And the third one, Baba talk about to develop the method of to become a bodiless, and the bodiless from sakar to avyakt. So what Baba is used to practicing, Brahma Baba also, and become avyakt. So this is a practice because to do a service, lot of service can do the people and to serve the people. So that point I got. That.
Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, sister.
Yeah. Has
Om
anyone
Shanti,
else?
sister. Baba is also telling to be in pilgrimage of remembrance, so that we can forget our old sanskars and remove our sins. Thank you, sister.
Thank you. Yeah.
Om Shanti, sister. Very beautiful, Murli. Baba has explained about the three roles from which we can benefit. Firstly, as a father, he says that all children are equal, and he looks at our form, rather than the body. He looks at the soul. And then Guru is he indicates that the pilgrimage of remembrance has to be done in the company of Guru. Guru teaches us for this. And then he says that as a teacher, he says revision is going on, and though he is not physically with us, but we have to visualize that he sits up above, and he is there he is carefully seeing us. And as a father, he says that we need to see that we are not wasting our time. He is also very particularly feels when we are wasting our time. That feeling is not good, so we have to be very attentive, careful that we don't waste our time. And then he gives us the method also, how to utilize our time gainfully, the power of discrimination, and the power of making decision.
Sure. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother, for summarizing. Yeah, nicely.
Om
Is there
Shanti,
anyone?
sister. He also
Yes, sister, go ahead.
he says very few souls are able to taste the avyuk sweetness and take the subtle help. That's also he says that, which point I liked it very much.
And for that, Baba said, sit, under the sea. Don't sit on the top of the sea, that the waves can take you back in, then you again come back in and come back, but go deeper. Yeah. So it is all about developing that practice of sitting in silence. Yeah.
Silence.
Baba. Anyone else? Yes.
The point that brings in a lot of practical approach that I took from this Murli is how to increase the power of decision making And he says, to increase the power of decision making, follow the method of bid that has become bodiless and detached and be in the incorporeal stage. Now, churning the knowledge point at every moment of challenge that comes in life, follow this method of bid is what I'm taking on, because that's going to be something which will allow to manage not just physical challenges, but also emotional challenges and relationship challenges. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister. Okay. Is there anyone else who would like to say something?
Om Shanti, sister. Baba
Sister.
sees the children in the form of teacher and guru number wise, but as a father, he did not see the children number wise because of his love.
Yeah.
Thank
You. Okay, so I think we can go for a quick meditation. We know all the points that we got. I think I wanted to mention the sister who said a flow chart. Everyone will have their own flow chart because we all will have different things that affects us in our life. And that's our Maya. So writing that down and creating, discriminate while preparing your chart, your paperwork, like your homework is to know what is affecting you. Discriminate there in the paper, on the paper first, and then plan it. What is your decision? What action should you take? And more of those practices too. How much am I bodiless? How much incorporeal? And how much emotionally detached I feel in the day? All these things can match up, and that will help us. Just let's take 2 minutes more to internalize all the beautiful aspects that Baba taught today. Ask everybody to mute themselves. I don't know where the sound is coming, but yeah, so let's see. Let's tap onto our silence and stillness. And let's fly up above to the place where Baba is sitting and seeing each one of us. See that beautiful scene of the shining stars, the souls. No body is visible, but Baba is seeing only the shining stars that each of us are. Baba is saying love, that total peace and contentment in every soul with the shine of their light. More I feel peaceful, contented, and immersed in Baba's love, more my light shines. And I attract Baba's attention towards me. So see yourself as that shining, beautiful child of God. The body dissolves in the light of the Supreme Soul. All that remains is your light, your truth, the original form, the light, the soul that you are. The incorporeal light who is filled with wisdom, filled with knowledge, who is able to see the play of the world. And in that play, who does not forget himself. In the sea of people and souls, while seeing outward through the physical eyes, you remember yourself, the light, filled with all the wisdom, power, and love of God. And always be that child of God in interactions, sharing yourself not flowing with the situation. So check. You have that discrimination power. You know what is right. You make that decision based on the truth. And tolerance becomes an easy thing. Whatever may be happening in life, it is just return of karma. I look at it with compassion. I fly over it. I don't tolerate. I give my love to it. So all settlement may happen. And in that flying, I stay above, fly above, and in companionship of my Father, I constantly spread that life-giving, pure, peaceful light of my soul. Let me remember, I, the soul, pure and powerful, child of God, has the wisdom. I'm bodiless. I'm incorporeal. I'm detached and loving. So let me churn this throughout the day. What kind of soul am I? What are my powers? And who is with me? Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Anuvan. Thank you, Divine Family. And with this beautiful Murli, churning in the ocean of knowledge, let's invest our time with our own self and see you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.